Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Andrew GOUCHè. They call me the Godfather. I'm a gospel bass player that has been blessed to be able to play all kinds of different music with many, many different artists. Let's see. I started playing bass in 1973. I saw Larry Graham on Soul Train, and I asked my mother to give me a bass, and she got me a bass for Christmas. So actually this year makes 50 years I've been playing bass. Wow, crazy. My first amplifier came from a department store that is no longer in existence in America called Sears and Roebuck. And my mother got me a bass and an amplifier. It was a combination that the store was selling together. And it was a Teisco bass guitar and a Sears Silvertone amp. It was 40 watts. It had one 10-inch speaker. And I played that thing until it didn't work anymore. I played it until the cone in the speaker came loose from the metal. Yeah. In my career as a musician, I mean, there's so many moments that are just really incredible to me. I think just the fact that I've been able to collaborate and just be in the presence of so many great artists, just the idea of making music that people love has been exciting for me. I played with a lot of different people. Like, I started out playing gospel. There was a man named Reverend James Cleveland, who at the time was the most famous singer in gospel, and that's where I started. I used to sing in the choir at his church, and when I got the bass for Christmas, there was no bass player at the church, but there was an amplifier there. So James used to let me sit over on the side and try to figure out the songs. And then from playing with him, I got a chance to travel the world and meet other famous gospel artists like Andre Crouch. I played with Andre for about 12 years, and I played with Walter Hawkins and Edwin Hawkins and the Hawkins family. And I played with a very famous gospel group called the Winans, as well as BB and CC Winans. I was BB and CC's first musical director. My first R&B gig was with a singer named Cheryl Lynn. She had a big hit called Got to Be Real. And that was my first R&B gig. And then I started doing a lot of R&B gigs after that. When somebody asked me what were my most important collaborations, I think all of them were equally important because they helped me grow as a musician. I started out in gospel, so I learned that style. But then when I started playing with R&B artists, I also played with the Jazz Crusaders. It helped me grow in that area. And the most high-profile gig that I ever got was with Prince. And that was pretty amazing. Also, I was Shaka Khan's musical director for 5.5 years. And that was amazing, too. So many, man. I can't even name them all. I had a chance to record with Michael Jackson, with Julio Iglesias, with Madonna, Earth, Wind and Fire, Aretha Franklin. I toured with Donna Summer. So many, many, many great experiences that I had that I'm very, very grateful for. I discovered Mark Bass when they came to Bass Player Live in Los Angeles. I don't remember the year it was. It might have been around, I don't know. I can't even say. But I went over and met the guys, and they were great guys. And I noticed that the things that they were doing were very different than anything I had ever seen anybody else doing. But I was endorsed by another company then. So I was always familiar. I'd see him at NAMM and always go say hello. But what got me to playing Mark bass was 3 years ago, I heard Marcus Miller's rig. I went to his jam session at the NAMM show, and I sat and played with him. I played one of his basses, and I played through his Mark bass rig, and it was absolutely incredible. And so the next day, I went to the Mark bass booth at NAMM. I said, hey, man, I played Marcus's rig, and it's insane. It's incredible. And immediately they were like, well, we would love to work with you. So I'm very, very happy and to have a chance to work with them. And now I have my own signature Mark bass amp, which is this right here. Both of these, actually. The little AG 1000. And when I tell you, it's the sound that I've always been looking for. And I try to tell everybody that I know that they got to try this amp. There's some very well-known bass players that have tried it and actually own it, but because they're endorsed by other amplifier companies, they can't speak publicly. And I wish I could tell you their names, but I can't do that. But some very, very well-known bass players have told me how much they love this amp. Besides the amp, I also use this preamp too, which is incredible too. What makes Mark bass special to me is that they're always pushing the boundaries, and they're not afraid to try new things, and I think that's great. They're innovators and not emulators. Innovators are people that create. Emulators are the people that copy. They don't copy. They are innovators. They create new trends, and also the colors are great. The yellow and black are great. So much love to Marco and Ricardo and all the guys at Mark Bass. I'm very, very honored that you considered me to be one of your endorsees, and Mark Bass forever for me. Peace.